God bless you, my friends. You are now listening to your Mountain Moving Deliverance broadcast emanating from the main auditorium of the Tabernacle Temple of Jesus Christ, located 1601 Lane Street Extension, 1 block east of Highway 301 in the city of Wilson, North Carolina, where the late Apostle Johnny Washington is the founder, Apostle Marvin Smith is the overseer, and Elder Ida Hamilton is your pastor. We are happy to bring to you good news, for God is a deliverer, and Jesus is coming soon. It is our pleasure to inform you that there is a place in North Carolina where hundreds of men and women of all religions and faiths worship God in the beauty of holiness. Tabernacle Temple of Jesus Christ, North Carolina's glorious revival center in the city of Wilson, North Carolina. For the next 30 minutes, stay tuned, for surely something good is going to happen to you.
Praise the Lord, saints. Amen. Let's give God a hand clap. Praise. Amen. We thank God for being here this morning. Thank God for everything our way. Thank God for keeping us all week long. Amen. I give God honor today. Amen. Give honor to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Pastor Hamilton, Elder Roundtree, and Pastor Faith. Amen. And God bless the whole household of faith.
Amen.
Amen. We thank God for being here this Sunday morning.
Amen.
Amen. Thank God for giving us another opportunity to stand before you and give you thus say the Lord.
Amen.
Amen. I would start out by saying we need a real revival.
Amen. Yes.
I mean a heaven, Holy Ghost sent revival. That's what we need today.
Amen.
The saints need to be revived. Backsliders need to be reclaimed. Amen. Sinners need to come to God.
Amen.
Amen. That's why I said we need a real revival. Amen. We've been playing games, saints. It's time to put the toys up. Like Pastor always say, put your play toys up.
Yes.
Amen. It's time to get down to business.
Amen.
Amen. Souls dying, people crying. Souls are losing out with God, going to hell.
Yes.
Amen. So we thank God for being here this morning. Amen. A revival is a revival and improvement in the condition or strengthening of something. That's what a revival is.
Yes.
Amen. Amen. An awakening in the church.
Amen.
The church needs to be awakened to sleep. We need to wake up.
Amen.
Amen. Restoration to life. We need to be restored.
Yes.
Amen. In an evangelistic service. Amen. That's what we need today. We need to be revived, saints.
Amen.
Amen. Praise God. We've been playing games. Amen. But nevertheless, we're going to go to the scriptures. Amen. We're going to go to Revelation, the first chapter. Beginning at the 9th verse. Praise God. Revelation, first chapter, the 9th verse. I'm going to give you some history on John, the Apostle John. Amen. The Apostle John, late in the 1st century, the Apostle John was living in Ephesus, preaching the gospel and teaching the scriptures, and helping lead the church. Historians also maintain that he wrote his gospel and 3 epistles in Ephesians. and in Ephesus, I'm sorry, and was pretty outspoken against pagan worship. He was outspoken. Amen. And all the sin things that were going on, John had something to say against it. Amen. Praise God. This didn't sit well with the Roman Emperor Domitius. He was a violent madman who persecuted Christians. A temple was built to him in Ephesus. At the same time, the people of Ephesus was forced to worship and make sacrifice to him. He was a omen, which was a soothsayer. He was a witch doctor. Amen. Praise God. He was a omen, a soothsayer in 94 AD, the 14th year of his reign of Emperor Domitius exiled John the Apostle. He put him out. He put John out because John went against the things that he was doing. Amen. John had something to say about the things that he was doing. So he got mad and he put him out. Amen. He exiled John. In other words, the exile means the state of being born from one native country. He expelled John, put him out, elevated him completely, removed him. He thought he had removed John, but he didn't know that God had John in his hand. Amen. Now what he done, he put John on a raft, a little small raft, hoping that John would drown or some big fish would get him and eat him up and kill him. So he set him out to sea, hoping that he would be destroyed while he was up, but he didn't know God had his hands on him. Amen. And God directed that raft to the island which is called Patmos. Yes. Amen. Amen. And see, that's where God began to deal with John and show John things to come. Amen. Amen. So the emperor, he thought that he had got rid of John. Yes. Amen. But he didn't know that God's hands were on this man. Amen. Amen. Praise God. And see, that's how the enemy is. The enemy think that he got us between two walls and he holds us down. But he don't know God got his hands on him. He don't know it. He don't know that. Amen. Praise God. So we thank God for that. Amen. So we're going to start in Revelation, the 9th chapter. I'm sorry, the first chapter. The first chapter. In the 9th verse. I, John, who also am your brother, he's our brother, and companion in tribulation. John went through a lot of turmoil. Amen. Tribulation. He went through great tribulation, trouble and suffering he went through. Amen. For the word of God. But he said, I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation, and in the kingdom and patience of Jesus Christ, was in the hour that is called Patmos, for the word of God and for the testimony of Jesus Christ. I was in the Spirit. You have to be in the Spirit. Amen. In order for God to show you and to deal with you, you have to be in the Spirit. You have to be in the Spirit of God. Amen. For God don't deal with the flesh. He can't show you nothing in the flesh. You have to be in the Spirit of God in order for God to deal with you. That's why we need a prayer life. Amen. See, the prayer life brings about spiritual things. Amen. For God don't deal in the common. Amen. So he said, what? I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day and heard behind me a great voice as of a trumpet, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last, and what thou seest, write in the book. God talking to him. What I show you, John, I want you to write this in the book. I want you to write it in a book, and I want you to send it out to the 7 churches. Amen. Saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. What thou seest, write in a book, and send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, and unto Smyrna, and unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea. Write it, John. And now I want you to send it out to the churches. To these 7 churches, I want you to send it out. So every ministry in this world supposed to have the word of God. Supposed to have the word of God. Because he told John the writer to send it out. Send it out. Book of Revelation, send it out. And John wrote this book. Now, that takes me to Revelation the 20th chapter. Back in 1979, 1980, I had two dreams, back to back. I had two dreams back to back. And the dream was about the end of the world. I wasn't saved, I was a sinner. But see, God, He's merciful. He's merciful. Somehow, some way, God will get your attention. Whether it be through a dream, through somebody witnessing to you, the preaching of the gospel, through a song, whatever. Because God said He wished not any shall perish, but all shall come to repentance. Amen. So God got my attention through two dreams. And it was about the end of the world. And I was sitting in a place, and I was surrounded by people all around me. I'm sitting down, and I'm looking around, and I'm saying to myself, where am I? And I looked up in front of me, and I saw this big, tall throne thing, and a man sitting up there. And I seen two men standing beside this throne. And I seen a man sitting on the throne. And I kept saying, where am I? And I kept looking around, and following my eyes to see, I see people sitting in chairs all around. And so I stood up, and I looked around, I turned, and I kept looking, and people was all around sitting in chairs. And so I focused my eyes on that throne that was sitting there, and I seen this man sitting up there, and they called the man up. And the man came up, and the man was on the throne, was talking to him. And the man started screaming and hollering. And them two men grabbed him. I didn't understand it at the time. But the two men grabbed him and took him off somewhere. And then he called another one up, and he did the same thing to him. He judged him, and them two men grabbed him and took him off. He was screaming and hollering. And somehow in that dream, I knew my name was going to be called next. So I said, my God. But I woke up, and I had the same dream again. Twice in a row. I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now. And this was a dream that God gave me in Revelation, the 20th chapter, beginning at the 11th verse. And it says, I saw a great white throne. That was it. God will get your attention somehow, some way. This is what John said he saw. I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face and the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. If you standing there, if you catch yourself standing before the great white throne, judging the seat of God, you're lost. It's over with. There ain't no help for you. That's why God let me wake up, so I could have a chance. Because if he'd have called my name, I wouldn't be standing here. I would be in hell today. He let me wake up. And I thank God for it. Amen. He let me wake up in this dream. Twice he let me wake up. This thing is serious. Some of us don't know how serious this thing is. Do you know how people are dying and going to hell? And how people are falling in hell? Thousands and thousands of people fall in hell every second of time. No hope, no God, no life, no nothing. If you enter into hell, you're going to find out what it's all about. We don't understand. But God has shown it to some of us. You remember reading the book or hearing the tape about Mary Catherine Baxter? Have anybody ever read that book or heard the tape? How God took this woman out of her body and took her to hell to show her the things, all the activities were going on down there in hell. And how there were preachers down there, deacons, missionaries, because they didn't do what God told them to do. And they down there screaming and hollering. No mercy, no nothing. Burning flesh, burning off, skins and bones. This woman was telling this story. It was a truth. It wasn't a story, it was a truth. Amen. God took her to hell and showed her all of these things that were going on down there. And how Jesus, some of the people was talking to Jesus and asked Jesus, get me out of here. Get me out of here. He said, too late, too late. The judgment has been set. If you enter the hell, you can't come back here. Amen. If you die and lose your soul, you can't get another chance. Amen. That's why we need to tighten up around here. Right. We need to get it right. You hear me? We need to get it right. We need to stop playing games. We've been playing too long. Amen. And God is calling us. This is a holiness church. Pastor Hamilton is a holiness woman. She preaches to us. She tells us the truth. So we need to ante up to come up with something. That's what we need to do. People are dying and souls are crying. Amen. Verse 12. And John said, and I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God. Not just small in stature, not just tall people, but he means poor people, small, and then great people, these rich folk. Nobody won't get away. Nobody gets away. Everybody got to stand before God. So he said, I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God. I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God. The books was open, and the books was open. And these are the what? The record books. From the time you were born, and the doctor slapped you on your behind back there, and you went, God sent an angel to you right there, a recording angel. And that angel follow you everywhere you go. And he records everything that you do. Everything you do. You know, some of us try to go and hide up on the things and do things that's wrong. But the angel's right there. He right there recording everything that you do. And you know, some of us, we've been out there in the world and we've done some things. And we try to hide behind some things, but that angel was right there. And he saw everything and recorded everything that you did. Amen. That's why we need to get it right, saints. Amen. Because these books are going to be open. That if you lost out with God. It's going to be open. So the book was open. And the Bible says, and another book was open, which is what? The Lamb Book of Life. See, God is a just God. Although you already done died and gone to hell, he's still going to judge you. And he's going to let you know what you've done. He's still going to get you. He's going to judge you. He's going to bring. And I was talking to a cousin one time, and I was telling him this. And I said, if you die in your sin, you're going to go to hell. But then in judgment day, God will bring you out and judge you. He said, that's stupid. I said, God do what he wants to do. In other words, he was saying, why let me go to hell and then bring me out to judgment? God do what he wants to do. God is God. He do what he wants to do. The same thing, ain't the way downtown that do when they catch you doing crime, they put you in jail, then they take you before the judge. He judges. You already in jail because you're guilty, and then he bring you out and he judge you again. Amen. And send you right back to prison. That's true. And that's what's going to happen here. When God bring them out of hell and judge them, and when he finish judging, tell them what they do, he's going to send them right back. That's what he's going to do. So it says, and another book open, which is the Lamb Book of Life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their work, whatever you've done on this earth. Sin, lying, cheating, stealing, backbiting, adultery, fornication, drinking whiskey, smoking cigarettes, drugs. Whatever we do is not right. God's going to judge. We're going to be judged for it. All the deeds that we've done in our body. Having sex with somebody, ain't your wife, ain't your husband, you're going to be judged for it. And you're going to pay. So it said, and they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. Let me go back to 13. And the sea gave up the dead which was in it. People want to be cremated. Think they're going to escape God. Don't bury me, cremate me, burn me. God will put you right back together. He got the power. You won't escape judgment. He got the power. He's going to put you right back together. All the people that drowning in the sea, He's going to put them right back. I don't care if the shark ate them. The sea got to give them up.
Amen. That's the word.
God will put them right back together. And you're going to be judged. You won't get away. People think they're smart. They let the devil use you. You can't get away from God. And death and the sea gave up the dead which was in it. And death and hell delivered up the dead which was in them. So as I say, if you die, go to hell now in this earth, on this side of the earth, you still going to be gave up to stand before the great white throne judgment seat of Christ. You're going to have to stand. You won't get away. So death and hell, even at that moment that somebody died, they still going to have to stand. Death and hell are going to have to give up the deed. You're going to have to give them up so you can stand before God to be judged. And the sea gave up the dead which was in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which was in them, and they were judged, every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. So you're going to die twice. A physical death, you're not dealing another death. A spiritual death, you're going to die. And then death and hell is going to be cast into the lake of fire. And you in there with it. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life will cast into the lake of fire. If you're already in hell and then you come stand before God and be judged, your name is not there. But you know what? He's going to open in that book of life and look in it. You see. It's not there, but he's still going to do it. It's up to the people to get it right. And you got time to get it right now. Get it right now. And listen, we got loved ones. We got loved ones. We got children, grandchildren. We got mothers and fathers, grandparents, and everything. You better talk to them. You better witness to them. You better tell them that because hell ain't going to pick you. It's torment. It's torment. And this lady was also talking about how some of the souls, she said your soul is like a dirty leaf down there. And then at times, they be in a form like a real body. But the flesh is burning off and dripping just like paste or something like that. And then after a while, the flesh come right back, and you burn over and over and over again. And then the Bible says, where the worms never die, the fire never quench, the worms crawling in and out of your sockets where your eyes are. In your ears, and you can't even pull them out. And they aggravate, torment. Hell is terrible. You don't want to go there. It's terrible. I hope you can see the picture. It's terrible. You don't want to go there. And so we need to speak to our loved ones. You don't want your children to go. You don't want your loved ones to go. You need to talk to them. We all need to talk to them. Amen. So we thank God. And it says, and whosoever will not find written in the book of life were cast into the lake of life. Isaiah 5:14. Therefore hell has enlarged herself. Yes. Hell enlarged herself. You know why? There's so many millions and millions of folks is going. Millions already down there. And why I say down there, because the Bible doesn't know that hell is like a body. And it lies on its back beneath the earth. It's got hands, arms, legs. It's got a stomach, it's got a back, it's got a head. And different activity goes on down there in hell. And this lady was saying that the bed of hell was 17 miles high. Bedded in the wall, go around like a circle, go up. And it's got jail cells bedded in the wall. And every time a soul drops into the throat of hell, the walls move back and make room for another soul, another jail cell. And people fall into hell every step of time. And the jaws of hell is open up, swallowing them. And it's making room. Hell has enlarged herself for all the people that's coming. Souls that's coming. Therefore, hell has enlarged herself and has opened her mouth without measure. I told you it had a body. It's got a mouth, so it's got to open up. And you hear people say that, when people have said when they die, they go through something like a tunnel. And this lady was saying that it's called portholes, where different souls fall in. They go into the tunnel first, and then they fall into the mouth of hell, and go down through the jaws of hell, and fall into the belly, or go in the arms, or wherever the soul is going in. And as I said, then say that sometimes the big black demons come and get the souls and take them out of the jail cell and take them somewhere and torment them even the more. It ain't no picnic, saints. No picnic down here. It's terrible. And just think about it for eternity. You can never come out. You can never get another chance. It's over with. It's something to think about. And it's time to do something about it, saints. We don't need, do you know people is going to hell from the church? Preachers, and she talked about these preachers that were down there. And one woman was an evangelist. She said, I'll preach now, Lord, I'll tell the truth. Then they had preachers down there that was didn't like other colors, racist. And he was saying, I love other races now, Lord. It's too late, too late. It's too late. You should have loved them when you was here. And there's all kinds of people down there. People way back, hundreds of years. And then it was one woman she told about, she was an evangelist, out on the field winning souls. She was out on the field winning souls. And her husband wasn't saved. So he went out and cheated on her. And she got married. And then the man repented and gave her life to God. And he asked her for forgiveness. She wouldn't do it. And so the lady said, anger grew in her heart, hate grew in her heart, and then murder. So she killed her husband. She found the woman, killed her, and then she killed herself. And that's how she wound up in the head. Ain't nothing to play with. This stuff is real. It's real, saints. It's real. Ain't nothing to play with. Isaiah 5:14. Therefore hell has enlarged herself and opened her mouth without measure. It's so large you can't even measure. And their glory and their multitude and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth shall descend into it. I don't care what you've done on this earth, how big you is, how many plaques you got on the wall. God don't care about that. If you didn't live right, if you didn't live holy, you're going to wind up in it. He don't care about all the things that you accomplished. He don't care about that. He don't care about those things. All the things all the honor that people have given them, God don't care about that. These people is going to descend into hell. All the achievements that they made, God don't care about that. He don't care about that. Thank God. Now, I told you about the dream that I had. Now, in 1992, I had a vision. In 1992, I had a vision. I was working, and I had this truck, and I was picking up two other guys. At this time, I was fasting and praying. I was fasting and praying. And that morning, I got up, And I was on my way to work. I picked up the other two guys. And I was on my way to work. And I don't like to be late. And so I always get to work about 30 minutes before time. So when we got on the job, I looked at the guy over there on the passenger side, the guy in the back seat, they were sleeping. So I said, well, Lord, get me a nap. And just as soon as my head fell back like this, I saw myself coming to work again. No dream. I'm driving this truck, coming back to work again. And I'm saying to myself, I'm all ready to work. Why am I driving back to work? I looked over there, I saw a man sitting over there, but I never saw his face. I couldn't see his face. He looked at me, but I didn't see his face. I said, why am I driving back to work, Lord? I'm all ready to work. And so the guy said to me, he said, pull over there to the store. I said, I don't want nothing out of the store. I'm fast. I'm praying. I don't want nothing. He said, stop to the store. I said, Lord, why do you want me to stop to the store? I'm already at work, so why do you want me to stop? I'm not eating today. I'm fasting. I'm praying. But he stopped to the store, so I did. And he got ready to get out. He said, come on. I said, I don't want nothing. I'm fasting. I'm praying. I want anything. But I went in with him. And when I went in, I looked back, the door closed. He never came in. And I looked back, he was gone. So I stood in the store, a crowd of people. And somebody asked this question, what is going on into the world today? And the people began to turn around and talk to themselves and talk to each other, trying to answer that question. Nobody didn't have an answer. I raised my hand. I said, I know. They turned around and said, what? I said, sin. Just like me. I said, sin. And they began to turn around and reminisce amongst themselves again. And about that time, the power of God shot through the top of my head. The anointing. And I began to preach, for the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. The soul that sinneth shall die. All of these scriptures I was preaching. No sin shall enter in. And we had church in that place. But after I finished, like I said, I didn't understand it now. I understand it now. That angel, that's what he was, an angel. He came back to the door. He said, come on, it's time to go. So I looked at my watch. I used to wear a watch. I don't wear a watch now. I looked at the watch, my timepiece, and it was a time out of this world. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. It looked like stars, but half a moon, something. I said, Lord, what kind of time is this? And the angel said, come on, you're going to be late to work. And just as soon as I walked out that door, I sit up in the church. I looked at my watch, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, time to get out. And it was a vision. There was no dream, it was a vision. See, God's time is not like our time. It's not like our time. So it was a vision that God showed me. And that's when he called me in the ministry. To preach the word of God. To preach, for the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. No sin shall enter in. The soul that sins shall die. God has to have somebody to tell it back in. Amen. Whether people want to hear it or not, God gonna got somebody. Amen. That takes us to Luke, the 16th chapter. Some people don't believe in hell. I was talking to a lady on the phone last year, and she done got hooked up with the Seventh-day Adventist, Jehovah's Witness, or some of them cults she done got hooked up with, and they done told her that hell is not here. Not yet. Well, I got proof. Hell been here. It's been here a long time. Luke, 16th chapter. And this is the proof. Luke 16 and 19. You have it? And it reads, there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day. That means he had everything that he needed. Fared sumptuously every day. Nice clothes. And whatever they were riding in back then, he had invested. He had invested. He fared sumptuously. He had the best food. He didn't need for nothing. He fared sumptuously every day. Every day. 365 days out of the year. This man had. But he didn't have God. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus which was laid at his gate full of sores. Now Lazarus was a beggar, but he knew God. He knew God. Amen. Now the Bible did not say that a rich man could enter to heaven. It's his heart that he can. Because see, he trusted in his riches. He don't trust in God. He trusts in what he has and what he possesses. And that's why a lot of them wind up in the head. I was talking to a rich man one time, filthy rich. And I was talking to him about his soul. And he said, son, I donated to church $10,000. It ain't got nothing to do with your soul. You donate to church all the money you want to. They don't help you. It's not going to help you. When you come down to die, it ain't going to help you. Amen. Not going to help you. I'm worth $7 million cash money, son. I said, it ain't going to help you. Amen. It's not going to help you, sir. Some years later, he got sick, cancer struck. And I was working on his job. He was my boss man. He didn't want me to say nothing on that job about God. He even told another worker, he said, don't talk to him today, because he's going to get on that radio and talk about God. But you know what? When his time came to die, you know what he done? He called me. I can't help you. You rejected God, and God will reject you. I called, I prayed. I said, Lord, do you want me to go pray for him? God gave me the okay. Because I ain't going to do nothing God wants me to do. Amen. I don't care. And I'm going to tell you no. Now, I went to the hospital to pray for him. When I walked in the door, his wife, his cousin, and her husband was in the room. When his wife turned and saw me, she said, oh my God, let me get out of here. I said, you need God too. I said, you need God too. So she took her and the other woman and ran out. And the man said, I need prayer too, sir. I said, okay. So I prayed for him too. But you know what? Well, he still died. Now let me tell you this. I had a friend out there in the world. We were running with us. We was in school together. And we were running with us. But I gave my life to Christ. And I talked to him about his soul. He never did. Later on, sickness struck him. And my sister-in-law, my wife's sister, she went to the hospital. She found out he was there. So she came back. She said to me, your friend, your buddy Kenny Brown is in the hospital dying. So I said, well, Lord, can I go talk to him, pray for me? God gave me okay. So it took me and my wife. We went. And when we entered the lobby of the hospital, his two brothers was down there. And they began to talk to me. They said, we're glad you came. I said, yeah, I came to pray for him. I said, what's going on with him? They said, he keeps seeing somebody to come and get him. I said, hold on. They're desperate. I said, my God, it might be too late. But nevertheless, we went up there and he was tied down because he was trying to get away with it at the time down. He looked at, he said, Wes, untie, let me go. Help. I said, I can't do it. I said, you got to stay here and get away. And so his wife was sitting on the side of the bed, and she said, his blood is not circulating. I said, okay. So I prayed for him. In just about 3 minutes, the blood started circulating right through the sheet. You see it coming? She said his blood circulated. So they called the nurse stuff in, and so they came in, don't let him do, so he went back out, and so I led him to the Lord, got him to repent. But just as soon as he said the last word, he went back cussing. Too late for him. I said, my God. I left, went home. The next night, I took a preacher and his wife, and my wife, we went back that next night. And we was in the room with him, and the preacher prayed for him, talked to him and everything, and the wife was sitting on the side of the bed. And I guess just about 30 minutes after we did, he said, hey, there they go again. They come back to get me. See the devil, when he comes, the devil spirit come to get you, you ain't safe. He'll bring a chain in his hand and wrap it around your neck and take you off the head. He said, there they is. They come to get the king. We're hiding behind the wife. He said, don't let them get you. Now see, we couldn't see it. You know why? We were dying. He was dying. When you die, you can see in the spiritual world. We can't see it. He said, there they is. They coming to get me. Don't let them get me. He was hiding behind his wife. But you know what? Too late. And about that time, the little bell thing went off in there. So we had to get out. But he never recovered. He went into a coma. The next day I got news, he passed away. Lost his soul. I had an uncle. Witness to her. My uncle, he was cheating on her. And she couldn't get saved because of him. He was cheating on her, and God had me to run behind this woman to the point she got sick, Pastor. Cancer struck her where she couldn't even walk. But God had me to run behind this woman to get her soul right. To the point she couldn't walk, she didn't have a wheelchair. And do you know I lifted to pick this woman up, took her to church, took her in my arms, and brought her to church? I did because God wanted me to do it. But she still couldn't get it. So God released me from her. And I had a brother-in-law that called me one night. He said, brother, you might need to go to the hospital and pray for your uncle. I said, because they expect me out the other night. I said, I can't go. He said, why not? I said, because God released me. He said, well, but you still might die. I said, it ain't going to do no good. She rejected God, so God going to reject her. And then my wife looked at me and said, Raymond, please go. I said, it's too late. It ain't on me to go. But she begged me, so I went in there. And I told my wife, I said, I'm not going in the room and standing outside here. You go on. She went in, so one of the daughters came out. She began to talk to me. She said, you going to come here and pray for her? I said, what's going on with her? She said, she keeps seeing somebody to come get her. I said, it's too late. I didn't tell her daughter that. I said to myself, it's too late. If they ever see that deaf spirit come, it's too late for you. You can't be saved. You're too late. It's too late. I walked in the room and I looked. And sure enough, she said, who is that over there? What the soul over there? Who is that over there? Wasn't nobody over there? The deaf spirit come to get her, take her out. And she died. 20th verse, and there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and to desire to be fed with the crumb which fell from the rich man's table. Now he didn't ask for a biscuit, a loaf of bread, he just asked for the crumb that fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dog came to his soul. Now the dog had more compassion on this man than the rich man. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. And the rich man also died and was buried. Now, the poor man died and he was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom, which is a type of Christ. But also the rich man died and they buried him. You see the difference? He was there. The Bible said, and in hell, he lifted up his eyes. So that let me know there was a hell before now. Where did your witness say hell is not yet? Told this lady, hell is not yet. Hell is already here. You've been here. This man died way back in the Bible days and went to hell. That's why you ain't supposed to get in all these different types of churches and stuff. They will lie to you and fool you. And in hell lifted up his eyes, being in torment, and seeking Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And see, when you die, you don't get amnesia. You're going to remember everything. That's right. No amnesia. You don't forget nothing. You remember when you're on earth. You remember the things you've done, the people that you talk to, your family members. You're going to remember. See, people think you like to forget. You ain't going to forget nothing. You're going to remember this stuff. God not going to let you forget it. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torment, and seeking Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me. Now see, Lazarus was begging, now he begged. Lazarus was begging for the food that fell from his table. He wouldn't give it to him, but now he's in hell, now he's begging. See how this thing turned around? He's begging now. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue. Now he ain't asking for a glass of water, he just want a tip. That's how hard it is. Now we think this fire here is hot, this fire ain't hot. The Bible let us know that fire down there is 7 times hot. 7 times hot. No relief, no water. You can't even use a paper fan down here to burn. You can't even fan yourself with it. It'll burn. This thing is serious. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. In this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou, in thy lifetime, received thy good things. You remember when you was on earth? All the good things you had, all the good times you had, all the cool lemonade that you drank, the ice cold water you had. You remember that? He remembered. He didn't forget it. You received thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou tormented. See, that's where you want to go. You want to go to heaven so you can be comforted. We go through enough stuff down here. Amen. Let's don't leave and go to a worse place. Huh? Let's don't go to a better place. Let's go to a better place. Amen. So we can be comforted. Amen. So he are comfortable and thou tormented. And beside all of this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fitted, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that would come from thence. In other words, once you leave this side of the earth, wherever you wind up, wherever you go in, you can't come back. You know, second chance is a great gulf fitted. You can't come back and cross over it and get a second chance. If you go to hell, you can't come back to earth and get a second chance. They go to hell. It don't work that way. So you better go the first time. And if you go to heaven, you can't come back to the earth. God got it fixed. You got a great gulf fixed. You can't cross over. You can't cross back over. So you better go the first time. You believe here. You better go to heaven. Then he said, I pray thee. Now he prayed. You prayed when he had all that money. All the fortune, fame. He didn't pray then. He didn't need God. But now he prayed. Then he said, I pray thee, therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house. See, God just told me he can't come back. But he still wants God is send somebody to his father's house. What for? For I have 5 brothers, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of torment. Send them to my father's house. I got 5 brothers that's there doing all kinds of mess. And if they don't get saved, they're going to get wound up here just like I am. Abraham said to him, they had Moses, they got Pastor Hamilton, they got Elder Richards, they got Elder Roundtree, they got Minister Faith. Before God said, we got the preacher. Abraham said to him, they have Moses and the prophets. Let them hear them. But see, people don't want to hear. They don't want to hear the preacher. That's why they don't come to church. Because they don't want nobody to tell them what to do. Hard-headed, big-headed, stiff-necked. They don't want it. And he said, nay, Father, Abraham, but if one went unto them from the dead, they would repent. Well, Jesus came back from the dead and told them they still didn't repent. Huh? When Jesus came back, he died, he came back from the dead, and he told them they still wouldn't repent. They wouldn't repent. And he said unto them, if they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded of one rose from the dead. And that's true. You let a bunch of dead folks come walking in. See, don't people start scouting and running. They ain't gonna listen to no dead person. But they know they're supposed to be over there in the grave. There are some more, but I'll stop here. As I said in the beginning, we need a real awakening. We need a real revival. A Holy Ghost, a praying, sent down revival from God. The saints, we need to be revived saints. You remember how it used to be when you first got saved? People, you couldn't even say Jesus around. You go all to pieces. You go all to pieces. We lost it. We lost it. We lost it. Well, somebody preached a message one time. We lost it. We need to get it back. We need to get it back, saints. I remember, and I know you remember too. Remember how God used to fill people with the Holy Ghost? We had a praying life back then during that time. We prayed, and God moved. We need to get back to this. We need a real revival, a real awakening. That's what we need. Amen. That's what we need. We need to be restored. Amen. And we need evangelistic service. We need God to bring somebody and pastors preaching. Amen. We need a revival. Amen. God bless you. Back to the hand, Pastor Hamilton.